It was his first time winning the lottery, but when he went to claim it, the store owner immediately accused him of altering the numbers. Didn't even give Frank a chance to explain.
Oh my god!
Frank had enough and pulled out a gun.
Ticket! Stupid! Look at the ticket!
Just then a sharp-looking guy stepped in to calm things down.
May I buy the ticket from you for $200, take it to a store where the guy behind the counter doesn't have a death wish? I just made myself a quick $38. Like I said, it's just a business deal.
Frank had no reason to refuse, so he pulled the man aside for a talk. The guy thought Frank wanted more money, but Frank asked him if he ever felt like something was missing in his life. He proudly said he had everything. Cage was a top Wall Street investment banker, started his days in a walk-in closet, drove a Porsche to work, and had women lining up at night. So yeah, he had it all. But instead of being impressed, Frank just laughed.
You know, I'm gonna really enjoy this. You just remember that you did this, Jack, okay? You brought this on yourself. Merry Christmas.
Cage didn't think much of it and went home to sleep. But when he woke up the next morning, he was in a completely different place, lying next to his first love from 13 years ago. And two kids burst through the door yelling, "Dad!" The bed was packed with 4 people and a dog. Cage freaked out, ran outside in a panic. His luxury car was now a beat-up old clunker, and he was miles away from Wall Street. He drove straight back to the city, but the building's security guard stopped him. Even his neighbors didn't recognize him.
Let's get you some help. Surely there's a shelter somewhere in this.
Are you smacked out of your head? The richest man in this building! I got twice the square footage you have, and I'm going upstairs! Take a walk, pal! Not cool!
Cage was sure this was some elaborate prank, but when he got to the office, nobody knew who he was, and someone else had taken his job. That's when he really panicked, ran outside and nearly got hit by a speeding car. It was his Porsche, and behind the wheel was Frank. Cage shouted that he wanted to go back to his real life, but Frank said this wasn't a dream. He was in a parallel universe, and here he'd find what he was truly missing. Then it all clicked. Cage had ruled Wall Street, but it all started the day he walked away from his first love. He got a big internship offer.
You want to do something great, Jack? Let's flush the plan. Let's start our lives right now, today. I mean, I have no idea what this life is going to look like, but I know that it has the both of us in it. And I choose us. We have together, that's what makes us great.
But he underestimated how time can fly. That 1 year turned into 13. Aside from exchanging holiday cards, they basically never spoke again. Frank handed him a small bell and vanished, with no other choice. Cage followed the map back to the small town. When Tia saw him, she ran over and hugged him in tears. She almost called the cops, terrified something had happened to him. In this world, Cage ran a small tire shop, had his own little office, but it was drowning in bills. Cage had no idea how this version of him lived. He thought maybe one day he'd wake up and everything would go back to normal, but that day never came. The full month passed. One day the family went shopping. Cage wandered into a luxury suit store, put on a sleek dark suit and felt like himself again. Even Tia was impressed, until she saw the price tag, $2,400. Way out of their league. Tia turned to leave, but Cage didn't follow.
No. Do you have any idea what my life is like?
Excuse me?
I wake up in the morning covered in dog saliva. I drop the kids off.